Hey guys, welcome back to another episode on the Hive Bedrock. Today we're going to be talking about survival games, a classic battle royale game mode in which you fight for loot and ultimately to be the last one standing. In today's video we're going to be talking about 4 different tips that are guaranteed to make you a better survival games player and hopefully allow you to level up faster and win more often. Without any further ado, let's get into the first tip. Okay, the first 2 tips don't even involve fighting anybody just yet. The first tip we're going to look at is go for the loot at mid. Mid has some of the best loot that you can get in the game, excluding supply drops and the cash cows, but those are pretty rare and not that easily accessible. So for the time being, mid is going to be one of the easiest ways to get good loot. As we can see, I haven't even opened many other chests, maybe 1 or 2, and I already have a diamond sword, which is going to give me a huge edge, if you will, over anyone who I happen to fight, mainly because the diamond sword just does way more damage than anything else. However, if I don't manage to find armor, I'm still going to be at a disadvantage, because it'll still be easier for me to die than it'll be for the other players to die. Now, when taking into consideration loot, you want to see it and try get the best loot that you can possibly get, obviously. But it's actually really important, more important than other people might think. Even if you're a better PvPer than someone, if you just have no armor and they have a wooden sword, chances are they're still going to be able to kill you just because they need to land only a few hits, while you're going to have to land way more hits than they will. Basically, it's going to be way easier for them to kill you than it will be for you to kill them, even if you're really good at PvP. So definitely go for the mid at loot, or sorry, definitely go for the loot at mid, just because it's extremely valuable and it'll give you a very early edge on your opponents. The next tip we're going to be looking at is organize your inventory. Please organize your inventory. The main reason for this is just comfort and easy accessibility. For example, I use hotkeys, and I have a hotkey that is going right to my very first hotbar slot, which happens to be my sword. So if I'm all the way over here and someone just randomly attacks me, like here, I don't have to scroll, I can just tap the hotkey and go straight to my sword and just start fighting. If I didn't have the hotkey, chances are it would be more difficult for me to get to my sword, and they would be able to get a few hits in before I was actually able to fight back. As we can see, I had a hotkey to my sword, and therefore I didn't need to just randomly scroll, and you can avoid doing this and panicking. Now, there are a few other hotkeys that you can bind. For example, I have 2 side mouse buttons that go to my last slot and here, and I have another one that goes to my middle one. Now, you're definitely free to use your scroll wheel, but if you have your hotbar to be a whole mess, it's just going to be really unpredictable, and you're going to have a difficult time actually using anything in your inventory, and it'll be harder for you to win fights because you'll just be less organized. Remember, if you are finding this video useful, please consider subscribing, as it helps out the channel a lot, and you'll stay up to date on any other tips and tricks on the Hive. The next tip is going to be choose your fights wisely. Now we're actually going to be talking about things that have to deal with a PvP or fighting other players side of survival games. Now when I say choosing your fights, I mean if you have a chance to just take someone out like right here, take it. Chances are you're not going to get another chance exactly like that. If you have a good opportunity, take that opportunity. If you have a bad opportunity, don't take that opportunity. I think that goes without saying. It's pretty self-explanatory. However, if you see an opponent and they have way more things than you, and they have better gear than you, they have a better sword, things like that, don't fight them. Chances are you will lose, just because they have better things than you. It's obvious. Don't fight people who have better things than you, because it's just going to be easier for them to kill you, and it's going to take more effort on your side to actually kill them. Choose your battles wisely. Don't do dumb things. Knowing the map isn't the only important thing in survival games. You also want to be aware of your surroundings. For example, if this guy was paying attention, he would have seen me coming and he would have had a easier time defending against my attack. However, since he wasn't paying attention, it was easy for me to sneak up behind him and just stab him. It's that simple. Pay attention to your surroundings. If you're just sitting in a chest, minding your own business, chances are someone's going to come along and unmind your business. They are going to just start stabbing you, and they are going to just kill you because you're not paying attention and you didn't see them coming. You definitely want to keep vigilant and make sure that you know where other players are, which is quite easy now with this new activity tracker, and also just look around you. You can see players' name tags. Just do a quick scan before you hop into a chest, grab what you need, hop out, boom. Now there's actually a player approaching behind me, and we're going to see if we can sneak up on them. you can actually just crouch to hide your name tag and hop into F5 mode to see over things like this and just look behind you. Now, I'm going to need to keep an eye out behind me to make sure that no one sneaks up on me. Now, this guy is currently looking in a chest, so I'm going to take this opportunity to come and stab him. Voila! Pay attention to your surroundings. If you don't, chances are you're gonna die and get stabbed. Because that's not very fun. Because of that, pay attention to your surroundings. Please, there's no excuse not to. Here is a perfect example of why you should totally use the tips that I just suggested. If you look in chat, someone's actually accusing me of just targeting them and wants to get me banned. However, he had a pair of leather boots and helmet and his back was turned to me, so I killed him. Then there was another guy who actually just accused me of having reach hacks, which is something that you use on a hack client, which I don't use because I actually don't know how to even download that in the first place. All I did was he was a block above me and I was a block below him, so I was able to hit him from farther than he was able to hit me, so I killed him. This just goes to show why just use the tips and just do better, and then chances are it'll be easier for you to win fights as well. You don't have to go and accuse people of hacking or get all upset just because they beat you. Sometimes you're going to lose fights. That's just the reality of life. Just because you lose a fight doesn't mean that you need to get upset at the person. They just outplayed you. That's nothing to be upset over. Just queue into another game and just put it behind you. That is going to be it for this episode, guys. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know in the comments below, what is the highest amount of kills that you've gotten in a survival games game before? That's it for today, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya!